Well, I think it's time. Time to start thinking about planting grass seed. All right, so soil temperature, well, it's 48 degrees this morning, so we are right there. Grass seed germinates best 50 to 60 degrees in that area. So we're right there. So I think it's okay to go ahead and start putting down some grass seed. So the first thing is selecting the right seed. What do you plant? You know, people always, talk about straight Kentucky bluegrass. The problem with Kentucky blue, it's a great seed, but it takes 15 to 30 days to germinate. Well, it may wash out with the spring rains before it germinates. So usually people will combine it. This right here is a combination, and if you look, it'll have Kentucky bluegrass and ryegrass and some tall fescue listed in there, and you think, well, that's not very much Kentucky blue. But remember this, Kentucky blue has about, I haven't counted them, but about 800,000, a million seeds per pound compared to the other ones. So a smaller percentage of Kentucky blue is a lot more Kentucky blue in that mix. So don't worry too much about the percentages of it. Now, if you want to do something easy, all the companies, Scott's, this is Jonathan Green, I really like these products. This is a combination of mulch, seed, fertilizer, and for spots, you can just throw it down. It's still better if you would kind of rake up the soil a little bit, but those little pods become soil and will actually germinate. I could actually put this on top of a concrete block, and it would actually, believe it or not, it would germinate. All right, so when you do that, now the planting grass seed, the other thing that people like to do, and I like to call it the rite of spring, they do this. And this is what we technically call overseeding. And studies show that you will get less than 1% germination by doing that. So it's really important to disturb the soil and break that up a little bit before you plant the grass seed, all right? So that's the important thing. And while overseeding can be fun, it's really not all that effective. The other question people always ask, should I use straw? You know, it's a farming state, so it's probably a good idea to support farmers, but it's kind of messy. I would use it in the summer where it would hold some moisture. I think it's a little bit messy, really, so I don't like using it. If I need a top dressing, I'll use some peat moss over the top. So you've got that going. The other thing, fertilization is very important when you're planting new seeds. So it can be just a triple 12. It could be starter fertilizer, nothing with a weed killer in it, obviously, or a crabgrass pre-emergent. And that's the other thing. If you have a company that's doing your lawn and they have put down crabgrass pre-emergent, that's going to prevent the grass seed from germinating as well. So you kind of have to work hand in hand with them and maybe talk to them about the areas where you want to seed, which are generally underneath a tree like this one. And of course, the downside of this that we always tell you, grass doesn't grow very well in the shade, but yet hope springs eternal, so we do it anyways.